There's Ms. Ackerman.
Sorry, I was multitasking.
No, you're so good. You're so good and you look great. And it's so good to see you. It's just like, it brings a tear to my eye. I haven't seen you in the longest time.
No, that's
but lame. You look good.
Thank you. You look good too. How are you being?
I'm keeping on. That's what it's all about.
Right.
So as I was saying, I was just saying how privileged I feel to call you friend, and how you're somebody that I love and respect and admire. And you're the founder of an amazing organization, TACA, which stands for the Autism Community in Action. You guys do some pretty amazing things, and that's kind of what you're here to talk with us about. Yeah. So let's open this conversation, Ms. Ackerman. What's going on over at TACA?
Oh, we're just, feet up, nothing happening.
I can't like that. That's a level of sarcasm I can't even get my hands wrapped around, right?
Oh, I always feel like when I come on with you, we're just hanging out and talking and laughing and crying over stuff. I mean, in the 20 years doing this, I say each year, it's just such a crazy time. This is the craziest, busiest I've ever been.
Right.
And everything you can count on has gone out the window, and every day is a new day, and you have to make multiple decisions multiple times. And it's just frustrating as heck, but we're not here to talk about that. No, I mean, it's the families going through everything.
I don't know why, but sometimes your audio is going lower, and sometimes it's, but it doesn't seem to be attached to that.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Well, but I can hear you now. So, and we could hear you all along. It just it dips. So I don't know. And I don't want to miss a word because you always say good things. But yeah, it's a crazy, crazy time. And I know, I certainly feel like the families need more than ever before. And since that's what you serve, I'm sure that you have been juggling chainsaws since this started to make sure you can help people.
And again, if I ever have a bad day, I know families have it 20 times harder. And that's what I try to stay focused on. And it's so strange that it's the ADA 30th anniversary.
Right.
And thinking of that this week and all of the things that our parents are tackling and facing perhaps another school year that's distance learning. And I mean, we're hearing reports back, Shannon, it's just breaking our heart. They're aggression, OCD, self-interest behaviors, wandering, and really looking at, for regular, typical kids, typical ed kids, regular ed as I like to call it, they lost a school year, and that's really noticeable. For our kids, there are some families reporting they're losing up to 3 years of skills in this period of time. So we're working on tools, working on how we can support we've pivoted completely over a weekend virtually. So all of our meetings are available. Everything is available. COVID tools, tips on how to get your kid to wear a mask, tips on how to get them to wash their hands more regularly, all the things that we've been tasked with, we're building tools around it. So homeschooling, all of that's been updated. We have 40 articles that have been updated on our website since we shut down during COVID. So it's a big focus on how do we support families today with the challenges and the hurdles they're facing. So I'm blown away. They're my heroes. Jeff's in college, so he's pretty easy breezy. I have him make dinner, once or twice a week. And he takes out the trash. I mean, he's a joy, but he misses his friends. He misses being in the dorm room 5 days a week.
What year of college? What year of college is he about to be in, Lisa?
A senior, which completely bum city, but everyone's got their stuff.
Yeah. My kid's about to be a senior in high school. So this is not how I planned on it being, and nobody planned on it being like this.
No.
But so, I know people are salivating here. We've got people starting to write in questions. So these 40 articles, about things that they can be doing and the help that they're looking for, where are we finding them, Lisa?
Yeah. TACAnow.org, TACANOW.org. If you go to the family parent resources, if you land on each of the pages, so we have 6 pages of support, it will highlight the new articles for you. So if you're just interested in the new ones, land on the education page, the medical page, or whatever page you're interested in, and it will highlight the most newest articles. If you need COVID support, anything to do with COVID, that's right off the front page. It's a big graphic that says COVID. That will help guide you into all the COVID tools. So, I mean, have at it. Our team is the best. We have the best team. And it really, they're doing a tremendous job getting information tooled so families have support right now today.
There you go. Do you have a fan going? Is that maybe what's making the audio go in and out?
If I turn off that fan, I
all right, then we're gonna tough it out. We can hear you. We can hear you. I just think it might be because like we have good sound and then it dips down, and I'm just trying to figure out what. It's okay.
So
don't.
Volume, but yeah, as soon as I close my office door, it goes up 20 degrees.
I understand completely.
We're
and
cheap rent.
We want you alive, and so we're just going to deal with the dipping audio. Yes. Because we're trained in this. We have expectations, and then we pivot, right? That's what being autism parents is all about. So there we go. Okay, so I think that one of the most exciting things in the world is when somebody can get to one of your conferences. Oh. And it's not easy, and not everybody can. And I keep saying from the beginning of time, we have to look for all of the blessings we can find in COVID, because this is a period of time in which different rules apply and people are doing things differently, and this too shall pass, and we need to take advantage of everything we can during this COVID. Now, normally you would be having a conference in the fall that people would be trying to get to, and you have conferences in the spring and in the fall, and the fall is the one that's usually on the West Coast, correct? Am I in the right?
Here.
So, and that usually happens in October. And a lot of times I hear parents are like, I would just do almost anything to be able to be there, but I can't because I'm not available that week, or I don't have anybody to be with my kid. I don't have the money to fly, blah, 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 blah. There's a million excuses, right? But this year it's going to be different. And you have some pretty exciting news for us because this year, I think everybody can come.
We're really excited. So COVID, I curse you, but COVID has brought out the most ingenious behaviors in this team. And we're taking the conference to families, and it's going virtual, and it's everything you want in a virtual conference. So we looked at other virtual conferences outside the autism community to see what we liked and didn't like. And what we decided was to do a hybrid. So it literally takes what we think will be better for families. So some conferences allow you to attend for specific days. And we don't want to do that because, when you're at home and the kids see you, regardless if you're holed up in your bedroom or an office or the garage or in your car. I've had a family watch videos in her car with the door locked and what have you. Your kids still know you're there. They know you're there, and they have to eat 3 times a day. They have issues, and therapists may be coming over still. God, hoping that's the case. So you get interrupted a bazillion times. So what we've done is we created the conference with all the content that families normally want, from the legal side, the medical side, the learning side, beginner side, adult side, college side, all of that. You can watch all of the lectures, all of the content we bring to you that would be physically at a conference. This is our 34th conference, is going to be all online, and you have 31 days. So we picked October has 31 days. So we didn't rip you off, not 28, not 30, but 31 days that you can watch all of the sessions. So you can start and stop a session 15 times, and it doesn't matter. You can go back to it, watch it 3 times. You'll be able to get all the content that we normally do. Then we struggled, Shannon, we love our community. I mean, most of the conferences, you walk in, you get a hug, and you go to the mentor table and you ask your questions and you plan your day. We're doing all of the support, the community in a private Facebook group. So when you register, you get added to that group. We're going to do our Q&A there. So we'll tell you in the next day or two, this person for this topic, their Q&A is going to be live in Facebook. We're going to do special exclusive content in that Facebook group. But then more importantly, you could go up there and say, hey, I got a senior in high school. I want to get my kid in college. These are my issues. What do I do? And we can have someone jump on that, answer those questions, guide you, and get you into the next step. Other parents could chime in and say, this is what we did. This is how we function. This is how we solve that problem. And then if there's a doctor in the group and there's a physician question, we will tag them in that group and ask them to answer and participate in the questions. So
proud of you. This is amazing. Like, I'm so proud of you that you're doing this. This is if I could do anything, this would have been my dream. And I'm so glad that you're doing it so I don't have to. Can I just say, no, I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, thank you. Because I think this is what the families need. And, I know that you've got a special going on tomorrow.
Right.
Talk to us about that, because there is a cost for the conference, because this is not, even doing it this way, there's an expense to it and you've got to cover your expenses. So there is a cost to it, but there's a deal tomorrow that's off the chain.
Yeah, usually our conferences, you get closer, it can be about $100 to register for 3 days. Tomorrow we're opening registration first day at $25. So
and what does that cover? That $25?
Everything we talked about. So you have access to the community, the support, the lectures, PowerPoints, everything. And really that just helps us cover the cost of getting this information out to families.
$25 for 31 days filled with stuff that you can start and stop, and you can be asking questions and be meeting with other parents and hearing experts talk. And you can take as much of it on as you want. You could do all 31 days, or you could show up for one day.
Right.
Most conferences, if you went for 1 hour, would be over $100. So for $25 for a full month, it is like craziness. But that's just if you pre-register tomorrow. Then the price will go up a little bit.
Yeah, it goes up to $49 the next day. And that's generally where we start registration, is the lowest price is $49. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we have a virtual exhibit hall. So if there are vendors that you're interested in, or a speech pathologist or an attorney or what have you, we'll have a virtual exhibit hall where you have access to their information and access to how to contact them. So there's the 3 components. Sorry, I forgot one.
No, I mean, I love that. I got to say, I want to talk to you about that for Autism Live, because I've always wanted to have an Autism Live booth. I just can't. If I come to your conference, I want to be at your conference, and I don't want to be at the booth, and I don't have enough staff to do both of that. So I've never done it, because I just can't be 2 places at one time. And personally, I enjoy the conference so much that I don't want to be there talking about Autism Live. But if you're doing it virtually, I might be able to do that. That's very exciting.
Consider yourself invited, and we'll figure out what the heck you want to do.
Right.
And it's done.
All right. Fabulous. And this is one of the things I love about you. You have more energy than any 12 people I know. We call you the Energizer Bunny behind your back, in the nicest possible way.
3 cups of coffee today.
There we go. So this is incredible, but where do people go tomorrow to get the $25 deal?
Just go to TACA Now, TACANOW.org, and click on conference, and registration will be right there. Okay. We're also going to be opening up scholarships to families. I found one partner, hoping to get one more, where we can scholarship families. So we'll be announcing that too.
Here's what I want to commit to right now. I'd like to pay for 4 people. So I wish I was made of money so I could do more, but that's the very least that I can do. I would like to scholarship 4 people to go.
I love you. Do you know how much I love you? I just love you.
I wish I could be more generous than that. I want to remind you and everybody else that TACA was, I'm gonna cry. TACA was very generous to me on a Christmas when I needed it more than anything else. So that's the very least that we could do, is scholarship for 4 people. Stop. Now you got me emotional.
Stop. And I just stop it. I think you together, we're bonded for the rest of our lives, girl. That's how it rolls.
Well, that's what I said. I mean, like, this is how crazy the autism community is that I remember being a young, well, I was never young as a parent. I had my child at 40, almost 41. But as a new parent and a new parent in the autism community, and I was lost, right? Like everybody starts on day one. I was lost and looking for answers. And everybody was like, oh, there's this group, this TACA group. And I, I remember hearing about this woman who founded it and who was just this amazing person who knew everything. And, that's why I said I feel so privileged that now, all these years later, that I get to call you friend. Stop. It's just too good. And that can happen for, everybody that, one of the things that I love about going to a TACA conference is that you walk in and there's nothing but hugs for you. You found your tribe. You have arrived, you are there, and everybody understands that everybody's story is different, but you are welcome no matter what your story is. You have that in common. And when you go to a conference that's not a TACA conference, it's a different conference, but TACA is there, you see the herd of people come in the TACA t-shirts, and you know exactly who they're the people having the most fun. It's amazing. And it's not all women. I love that you have dads galore more than any other group. You have dads, young and old, and everything in between that are there. You guys rock it. I need my tissues. But I do love
you. You're our walking infomercial. Not that we need, I mean, every other time period we do stuff for free. The conference, it takes such a tremendous effort. There's just no way to do that for free, unless Daddy Warbucks, who wants to pop off a check for us. We do things to get as much out as we can to families and support them, but it's the one thing that has a fee.
There you go. But $25, you guys, and I know that it's short notice and sometimes your budget is such, but if you really, and let's just be honest, because there was a time and TACA was there for me that Christmas where $25 was more than I had. There have been way more times in my life than I'd like to admit where $25 was the difference of whether we ate or not. And so if that is the case for you, please do not be embarrassed or ashamed by that. Been there, done that. I hope better days are coming for you, but ask about a scholarship. We know that they're at least.
We have a toll-free number if folks want to call in. It's 855-726-7810. Do you
want to give that number again?
Yeah, 855-726-7810. We answer the phones 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. And so if you want to call and ask for a scholarship, or you want to email us, info@tacanow.org, we could forward your information along to apply for a scholarship. So there should be no hurdle to this. If you put your kids to sleep, you could easily get 4 sessions in a night. Easily. Yeah. And then sneak in on the Facebook group when your kid's having a break or watching TV or doing something that you could go in and then ask questions.
And you probably don't know who all your speakers and all your people are right now. And even if you did, you probably wouldn't want to, tell them this early. But let me just tell you, folks, there's something for everyone. So many of you write in and say, I don't know what to do about biomedical. Or my child, I have questions about this sort of behavior that my child is doing, that they're spitting or whatever. Like, she is somebody always for everything. You are going to get more information from more doctors. I know they ask me all the time, Lisa, here about MedMaps and MedMap doctors and what they can do for our kids. Last night, we had a question about, what would be the point of seeing a neurologist? Is there any benefit to seeing a neurologist if I have a child on the autism spectrum? And, my thing is, go to a conference, a TACA conference, and not only will you get the questions that you have answered, but there will be so much information that you will leave going, okay, I didn't even know about this, that, and the other. And that's really, your battery will be recharged. You're going to hear stories of hope. You're going to see progress, but you're also going to be surrounded by other parents who are going through it that reminds you you're not alone.
Right.
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 So I just always love the variety of the people that you have speaking at your conferences.
Well, thank you. And one of the things we're going to pay particular attention to this year is, what about COVID and IEPs? What do we do about compensatory services? How do we navigate homeschooling, distance learning, and virtual hell? Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, some kids,
I'm with you on this.
They love the box. They look at the box and they're like, I'm fascinated. And other kids are like, well, you can't stop me. Woo.
Exactly. And I got to tell you that October is going to be a real turning point, that, you know, by that point, we're going to know where we're going to be in January, and we're going to be in the middle of things. And it's going to be a good time to get that. Because right now, I have a meeting this afternoon with my son's school to talk about the distance learning plan. And I know that 9/10 of what they're going to say is, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. Because they don't. And I can't ask them to look into a crystal ball and tell me. But by October 1st, you're going to have an idea whether your school has it handled or not. And you're going to need some help and information about when the answer is they don't have it.
Right.
And you're going to see how much you are responsible for and how much help you need. So it's really a good time, Lisa. And I can't believe that it's for the whole month. Yeah. You're a crazy person.
I am. I've been accused of that many times. Yes.
But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And it makes me emotional. And I'm grateful that you're going to be doing that.
You know, it's a team. This team is the best team, and it's all the creative brains of a lot of people who just nothing but care about families and their kids. And we get together and we say that idea can be better. So we always work and challenge each other. And our number one goal is making sure families feel the support and get the help they need. And so, you know, we have occupational therapists coming on, speech therapists, the legal team is going to be a big presence. We'll have adults with autism speaking, and then the slew of medical professionals that are world renowned, like Dr. Kriegsman, who saved my kid, gastroenterologist, who is just one of the best in the world, will be there talking about my favorite topic, poop.
Right?
If an hour goes by and I haven't said the word poop, it's just not normal for me.
Love it.
We just got confirmation, I don't know, for the folks that love the Real Housewives, we have Jacqueline Larita coming on, and she's just a sweetheart, and she'll be talking about her kid Nicholas and what's going on. So I mean, there's something for everybody.
There is. And the community, if nothing else, to be a part of that Facebook group. Now, will the Facebook group only be for the month of October, or is it going to start before?
We'll start it up and invite people as they register. I think it will be for the month of October, but we'll open it up a little early to get people going and understanding where everything is and what to do. That will be kind of your tour guide for the material of the conference and answering questions. When October 31st and everyone's putting on their Halloween gear and, getting ready, we will offer to transition you to our Hope and Health group, which has right now over 11,000 people in it, getting support every day. So support won't stop. It will keep going. If you want to keep playing, we will roll you in and make sure you have support. So that $25 really is buying you a support package that carries on.
That's pretty incredible. $25. But again, it's only $25 tomorrow, which is Wednesday, July 29th. If you're watching this recorded, Wednesday, July 29th is the day to get the $25 price. Otherwise, it's going to cost you $49. So save yourself some money, get that booked in for October. I don't know where you think we're wearing our Halloween costumes to, but here, at least here in Los Angeles, Halloween's already been canceled.
You don't wear your costume around the house?
No. But maybe now, having said that, maybe we need to have a virtual Halloween party so that everybody can wear their costume and we can maybe that's what we need to do. I'll get right on that.
Yeah, I have a butterfly costume. It's the wings and the antlers and a tutu. That goes over everything. And every year I'm the butterfly again.
Well, I don't know if you know, Nancy Allspaw Jackson and I, Halloween is an event for us. We always dress up and it's always this big reveal and whatever. I hadn't even given two thoughts to that this year.
Well, my favorite was Lucy and Ethel.
Yeah, I think that was
good.
Well, her Lucy was incredible. My Ethel looked like a fat Martha Washington, but other than that, Mrs. Lincoln. Like the wig was all wrong, the dress was all wrong. Yeah. I'm trying to think which one. My favorite was when we dressed as the two queens. I was Queen Elizabeth now, and she was the previous Queen Elizabeth, and it's good to be the queen. Yeah. That's all I have to say. It's good to be the queen. Yes, exactly. And yes, so there we have it. All right, we are like out of time, but I don't want to leave without saying that TACA is a wealth of information every day of the week, every day of the year. And if people go to TACANOW, it's TACAnow.org. I think it's the best website for autism, and especially for autism parents, that there is. So there's more information there. It's, you could spend, I did a talk the other day for a group of parents and I said, I could send you to two websites and you could spend, the next 6 months and dive in. And I said TACA, especially for parents, but I also think if you have teens or you yourself are on the spectrum, I do recommend wrongplanet.net. But between those two websites, I think you have it covered. So that's saying a lot coming from me. Okay, somebody wrote in something and said, no anti-vax groups for me. I don't think that TACA would even remotely be considered an anti-vax group. Am I wrong?
Well, we have families that have their own beliefs, and we let every family have their own beliefs. There's not one set or beliefs that we tell you to fall into. So whether you believe vaccines play a role or don't, we still support you and put you on the right path. So we need to make the kids the front and center of getting the help they need and getting the support they need. And I just, we need to move on. That's just not, you don't have to have a coupon one way or the other of who you are to come in and play.
Yeah. And there's so, there's so much to TACA that is absolutely amazing about having your child be healthy. And I think to label anything is a gross misunderstanding of what happens. So I would bet you that everybody would find something that they would absolutely enjoy and learn from at TACA. So I've said that. Okay. Okay, just reading some of the things, but that's all perfect and wonderful. And thrilled that you were here to chat with us, and you're going to be joining us a little bit later on tonight. Some of you know that I do a group at night on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays that are just card parents, and I apologize that you guys don't get to be a part of that conversation too, but Lisa's going to be joining us there for those of you who are card parents, not to be missed. Yeah. So Lisa, thank you so much for being here. It is 11 o'clock straight up. I adore you. Can't wait to talk to you later on.
I appreciate you, and thank you for having me on. And I appreciate that we're focused just on helping families have the best possible outcome. That's our agenda.
That is the agenda always. Love it. Love you.
Love you too.
I'm not even good at making the heart thing. I have a tissue because I cried. All right. See you later. Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.